Hello everyone, welcome. Now this is a VW Touran, originally a TSI. Here at Nation, we have undertaken a project, a conversion on this Touran, removing the original engine, which is a 1.4 TSI, 1.4 VW original engine, this one here, that has a supercharger and a turbocharger and a 6-speed gearbox, to this a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. For those who know it, BWA. So we have taken this project from that 1.4 TSI engine called CAV, originally BLG, then we swapped in a CAV, which is still a newer version of the 1.4 twin charge, into this here now, the 2-liter turbo. So a few things do change on this engine. For instance, the ABS pump would be changed to one from a 2-liter turbo one for that braking force, to cope up with that braking force. Drive shafts here, some people call them drive axles, do change as well to the one that fit on the 6-speed gearbox. These are the one that came with the new engine, dismantled. Some of these people, when you just ask them for an engine, they will cut off every other thing. So 2-liter turbo, the turbo is behind there. On this, you're gonna get more power, you're gonna get more reliability, because the 2-liter turbo that is found on the VW Golf Mark 5 and Mark 6 GTI is one of the most reliable engines you can ever get. The ones that combines performance and durability in these VW units. So a 2-liter turbo, anytime on a VW, will sort you with everything. Consumption is much worse than the 1.4, but in terms of performance and reliability, it does mix the two relatively well. So on this conversion project, so some of the things that would change from the 1.4 that had the two compressors, the supercharger and the turbocharger, we can retain the intercooler, we can retain the radiator, but we'll have to change all the these ones here. So the boost pipes will have to be introduced, because the TSI doesn't have this. So the charge pipe will have to, from the turbo, there is charge pipe from the turbo down into the intercooler at the front of the car, and then from the intercooler back into the throttle body is what we'll need to reintroduce. And then we have to move over with the 2-liter turbo harness that comes up here and plugs into the original car's ECU location. Then we change the ECU to a 2-liter turbo ECU, and then we have to do an EMO delete. The immobilizer has to be removed to allow the ECU communicate with any other module that is on the car. And then if you have a non-DSG car, so remember the 2-liter turbo from a GTI comes with a 6-speed DSG transmission, which is what this also had, a 6-speed transmission, which is why we have more of a direct swap, because they do share the plugins. From that socket is similar to the one that is on the 2-liter one, same socket that the transmission harness plugs into, and then the transmission shifter linkage comes through there and plugs in. So something different is when you have a non-DSG car, those ones that had the 09G gearbox, so the gearbox that is not DSG for VW, this is DSG. So if you have one that is not DSG, you realize this whole gear lever will have to change to a DSG one, because the communication, the CAN bus communication, the frequencies, to have the communication between the gear lever and the display here on the dashboard, as well as to have the communication back to the ECU, is different from the non-DSG one. So the gear lever will have to shift, and then the wiring has to be redone to have it communicate back to the ECU and all other modules, for instance transmission module, ABS, and all those. So for these little VWs that have the 1.2 1.4 engines, mostly these engines were they're still fragile, so it's not a kind of engine that you will want to thrash it anytime you feel like you need some power, anytime you feel like you need to haul some luggage. The 2 liter is more robust, more enduring. It will take as much punishment as you can put it through, as opposed to the 1.4 units. So this 1.4 is available for sale for those who would like to see it. 1.4 TSI CAV is the engine code. Normally there's a sticker here for the engine code, but you can find it somewhere else, not seen here now, but yeah, that's it. So the downpipe here as well needs to change, because this comes from the turbo and then goes under the engine and to the back of the car. But for this one, it doesn't come from the front. Instead, it comes from the back of the engine, from the turbo, and then back. So we have to change to a downpipe that suits or fits the 2 liter TSI. So it comes from the turbo and goes under from the side and then back. Yeah, things to change while doing this conversion. You need a donor car, or you need the 2 liter engine and gearbox. You need the wiring harness and the ECU, the computer that is. You need drive shafts that fit on the 6-speed DSG on the 2 liter. You need a new ABS pump from a 2 liter engine as well, from a 2 liter engined car. And then you need the charge pipes, you need boost pipes that come to the intercooler and then back to the engine. You also need, if you are coming from a non-turbocharged car, then you also need to find the radiator pack. So here it is. So you have to find this radiator pack here, which has this. It has the intercooler over here. So this is the intercooler, and then actually how they are, this is the SE condenser, and then this is the intercooler, and then at the back there you have the radiator. So if you have a non-turbocharged car, you will need that radiator pack. And then if you have a turbocharged one, so we will retain that one and just add a few other bits. Cost for this varies from workshop to workshop, depending with where you source your engines, or if you're getting it from one place. As of now, this is what we are on to, and then when we're done, we are also going to do another project to a 1.8 turbo to this Golf Mark 4. So that is it. That's what we're working on for now. Stay tuned for updates on how we finish this up, and then on the first test drive. And probably we can also go further ahead and do a tune on this. We can do a stage 1 tune after doing a cold air intake, and then we can do some tuning files to stage 1. Be honored to enjoy this swap. Thank you.